Exactly.
He can't read.
Exactly.
3,
We should ask him.
I can't stand y'all, man.
We just started the pod and he didn't even hit record.
Hey, it don't. Hey, that was a
He didn't hit
test run.
record.
No, because
But we're back.
That was a check.
Anyway, the money machine from my man Anton. That was hilarious. All right, take 2.
Right.
Got my man Willie working behind the cameras. New co-host. Erica's in the back. She's big business.
We like her.
LITTY's here.
I'm here.
The Bird Gang is in full effect. We got Anton Daniels.
What up, though?
We shooting after hours.
Yeah.
We've been working all day.
All day, bro.
All day. We've been shooting all day.
I'm just not getting started.
Anton, how you enjoying Virginia Beach so far, bro?
I think it's awesome. I think y'all awesome. No, y'all is awesome.
I
No,
appreciate-
I'm saying Virginia Beach. Are you lying or are you being truthful?
He took me on a small tour. We went out and shot a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people be capping. They be like, oh, it's so great here.
No, it's
But no,
cool.
it
It is
dope.
cool here. No.
Y'all like what, 10 minutes away from the ocean or something like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't complain about that
That's a fact.
at all.
So, bro, we're here. I've been watching you all day, catching
Working.
games. Yeah, gems left and right. We're gonna talk finances.
Oh, that's my talk right there.
We're gonna talk women.
That's
That's
my
my talk right there.
that's my second favorite talk right there.
Oh,
Oh, so we aligned on that?
Oh, yeah, that's what it does.
All right.
and we also gonna talk some baller shit.
Oh man, that's why I brought the rollie out for y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Wimbledon.
Yeah, the Wimbledon.
They hate me when
This
I
one
talk
is
like that.
special. I just bought a new one. This one is
Tell us about the new one.
I bought this one in 2020 during the pandemic when everybody else was suffering. I was shopping. When everybody else was suffering, I was shopping.
Or,
You know what I'm saying?
So, so I see you got the one with the other clasp. I like the Jubilee with the hidden clasp. What's your take?
I got that one too.
Ooh.
I actually just bought a new one. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll talk.
I just
we'll talk
picked
about
that.
that
Literally,
shower.
I just
We'll
picked it up like
Yeah.
a week and a half ago.
talk- Fire.
Yeah, and then I got another one on order. So actually, I got 2 on order. I got a Patek. That's a Nautilus. That's 120 though.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna need to sell your house to get that one. And
Why?
then
Not me. I don't know.
no, I'm
Maybe
just saying the viewers.
the average viewer.
Yeah, they're gonna
Oh
have
my
to they're gonna have
God.
to sell they
No,
they're gonna
look,
have to
this
sell their
is
house
fun
to get
because
that
if I
one.
say that kind of stuff, people be like, man, fucking him. I can't.
They're
say
gonna
that.
have to sell their house
But-
to get that one, right? And then I got but I gotta hit certain
Now,
milestones
is it,
before I get them.
What's the Patek? Is it stainless? Is it rose gold? Is it which you?
I can't give any details on
Okay,
that
okay.
one. I did also order a they said it was gonna take 6 months to get here. I don't think it's gonna take that long. I ordered a presidential.
Prezi.
Yeah. It's gold on gold. And then it got the
Baguettes for the
slats.
Oh, slat.
Yeah.
They don't know what we're talking about.
So on it got
I've been waiting to
So you
talk
see
to
this one,
somebody
it got
about
the
this.
Roman numerals on it.
Yeah.
The presidential, it just got the slats like that. All slats like that.
Is that why that song came out?
No.
You know
What song y'all talking about?
Young Thug, Slatty.
I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Nah.
Nah,
Okay, that ain't right?
nah.
I don't know.
So let's first talk, like, for the people that don't know, that are not familiar with your journey.
Mhm.
Now, I've seen a couple of your videos. The first one I stumbled onto was about you talking about fumbling the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, I messed up the money.
Talk to us about, because right now, obviously, it's up and it's stuck.
Yeah.
But,
Ah.
no, because some people fumble the bag.
To say.
No,
Everybody fumbled the bag.
that is also a fact, I think.
It's a big thing right now, especially with who was her name? Sha'Carri Richardson?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she fumbled the
Or the
bag.
metaphorical bag.
I'm not sure she did though, because the attention she's getting from that fumble is
The corporate sponsors,
I think it's gonna
that bag
be
is
enough.
different than the bag she could get now.
Facts.
You probably right.
She getting a
but I
smaller
think there's
bag,
still
right?
a bag to be secured.
When you get on that Wheaties box,
It's different.
that's a different
Yeah, it's
bag.
different. You're right.
Yeah.
Well,
The
take
corporate
us through fumbling the bag, bro.
See, the thing about it is that, so like for my story specifically, right? Mine's came very early in life, which I'm fortunate, right? I often say to a lot of young people that you still young enough to recover.
Facts.
Like go out, try it, do things, fail, be losers, whatever, right?
Mhm.
Couch surf because you're young enough to recover, but you need to understand what it takes in order to become what it is that you need to become. So for me, I was very early in my my journey in which I messed up a huge bag. So I was making 6 figures right out of high school, which is little money to me now, but it's big money, right?
Big money for most people.
It is. I mean, it's big money. It's a lot of money to me now, but it's small compared to what I make now. But the lesson that came out of getting fired from a job in which I was making a lot of money, then I messed up a bag for other people that had got me the job, and then other people that they had got jobs. I probably messed up about a good $500,000 a year for everybody.
Yeah.
Probably more, now that I'm thinking about it, if you add in bonuses, about a good $500,000 for a lot of the people that I knew. So eventually we all recovered, but I mean, I lost everything. I got all my cars repossessed.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, I got my cars repossessed. I lost the job right before the recession, right? And then I had to move in my mom's basement. All of this is straight from Boston. Like, you talking about flights every other weekend, all of the cars, all of the jewelry, you know what I'm saying? I had the Bentley. I had all of that.
Yeah.
Like, I was really living it in real life. I was doing what rappers think they was doing.
Rappers are liars, but I feel you.
Yeah, but
They be lying.
that's true. But I was really living that life. You know what I'm saying? It was documented in real life. So I messed all of that up. All of that junk I took. And but I got it back times 10. You know what I'm saying? I got it back because the rule of money is it always works the same way, right? Compound interest is your friend. That's the thing that's going to get you rich. Everybody is focused on the now. Very few people are focused on the thing that's going to get you rich. Everybody want to pretend to be rich, but very few people actually are doing the things that's going to get them rich. So it's a different dynamic.
So when you say pretend to be rich, and we was kind of all talking about this earlier, the consumer mindset that we're all sitting in, the internet that like has us thinking everybody's on trips every weekend, everybody's flying private, everybody's wearing all the designer.
A lot of them are, but it's still a consumer mindset.
Yeah. It's like
right?
you have all that, but then your mattress is on the floor at the crib.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, the interesting thing about it is that, see, I look at money differently, right? The money that I spend actually adds value to my life.
Yeah.
Like when I buy stuff, when I travel, when I fly, when I get cars and all of that stuff is actually a real business expense. You know what I'm saying? I lease my cars. I don't buy them. They lied to y'all and told y'all that y'all was supposed to buy y'all cars.
And I was lied to, and I did.
They lied to y'all.
Last year, I probably spent, what, $100,000 at least on cars?
They lied to y'all. How much of it did you write off?
None. I didn't. Yeah, I was too hyped to be like, I cashed out on the Porsche.
I'll tell you
cashed out on
this.
the Benz.
I made a ton of money last year. I mean, a ton of money. I probably pay less in taxes than somebody that's making $50,000 a year.
That's probably true. And I made a nice
because I understand how money works.
And I knew better, but it's like we were talking before we started. We need to definitely get into that. How we were talking about people that actually live it.
Yeah,
I went to school for finance, and they didn't teach me any of the things I've learned in the last year.
No, teachers can't teach you
about
nothing.
having money, and like you said, fumble. I wouldn't say I fumbled the bag, but I would start. It was on the way to the ground.
Yeah, they'll teach you how to. They'll teach you how to get paperwork. They won't teach you how to actually make money. It's a difference.
So it's things. Me and Willie, and he's folk. I love it, bro. I love what you're doing over there with the camera. But we had a conversation when I bought the Porsche, and after the fact, we've been doing all this research. Nobody.
How does it make you feel?
The Porsche?
Yeah.
I feel fantastic.
That's phenomenal.
No, that's the only thing that keeps me sane is that I know. No, for real. And it's getting maintenance, and I'm gonna do a video, vlog on it. But the maintenance on my car, 4 tires in a service is $4,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know what I'm saying? I have the money to pay for it, but like you said, to your point, I could have figured out a way to write that off. I should not have paid cash for it.
I agree. Well, it depends what the interest rate would have been. But
I got a good deal on it, and they treat me really good up there because I bought a
Of course they're gonna treat you good.
But like you said,
bought a
point,
Porsche.
I could have did more. Now, it does make me feel amazing. Out of everything I've ever bought in life.
Yeah.
It might be the most joy I get out of a purchase.
I don't know, man. You start buying humans, it's gonna be a different conversation.
You buying humans?
What?
Yeah,
What you mean? You gotta explain it to us, bro.
people that work for me.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Employees. See, Erica,
Oh
look,
my
she already knew where you
She
was at
get
with
it.
it.
That's not where
She
I
get
was
it.
at.
We thinking human trafficking.
Shit, that's
I'm
the,
thinking
that,
about
but that was the
Wayfair.
that was a sound bite for y'all though.
Oh no, we're gonna use it.
Fam, I was thinking about Wayfair, people buying them freezers.
You start
and
buying you some
cabinets.
humans.
I was like, who's
But
on the couch
I would
right
say,
now?
I was saying, I want Willie to chime in too. In the last year, we've probably touched more paper cumulatively all at once than we have in a long time. It was a really good year last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, and this is part of the reason why we haven't been shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I'm a shopper. I probably would have been doubled down on that.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah,
wanting
for
one.
sure.
But I know I spent $400,000 last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't need to. That wasn't smart. It
Yeah,
wasn't nothing smart about it.
Sounds hurtful.
I'm
Frivolous.
I did all kind of wild
Sounds
stuff.
hurtful.
You know what I'm saying? And and even though I know how to take my money and make money, I
Mhm.
know the money I put out into the universe that I cashed out things for, I could have used that to make more money.
Mhm.
Yeah, you gotta have balance, bro.
There was no balance. We went all the way to the left.
Nah, everything that I buy has to be able to get written off, and it has to play a role and have a purpose, bro.
Talk my audience through shifting the mindset. Having Bentleys, right? You were an employee, but you were making really good money.
Yeah,
Flying out. I've heard. I watched your show. Doctor's notes, all that. Getting out of work, but you're
Yep.
still working
got
technically.
got fired.
You know what I'm saying?
That was like, don't
How-
come back, fam.
Is the only way and I think you guys were talking about it on another show, but is the suffering what made you snap out of it?
Every man needs to suffer.
Okay.
Every single man in their life needs to suffer. I mean, go through it, bro. They
I
gotta
think-
suffer.
I think we all go through it emotionally.
No,
You know, with your girl, a girl puts you
No.
through it, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about
no. They need
yeah.
to suffer.
yeah,
No man has ever become great without suffering.
without going down.
Whether you like him, Tyler Perry, he slept in his car,
Facts.
right?
Yeah.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Like, you can just go right on down the list.
They hit rock bottom.
All of us at some point has to hit a space to where we just either we fail, we wither and go away, or we become what we supposed to be. Listen, suffering is a rite of passage.
Mhm.
It's a rite of passage. It shows that you are built to shoulder and carry the people that's going to depend on you eventually. Because it's a lot of dudes, right? We all got the tools. We all got dicks, right?
Mhm.
Very few of us understand the responsibility that come along with having one.
What you
Right?
mean? What you
All
mean?
of us feel like we can have kids.
Mhm.
Very few of us understand the responsibility that comes along with being a father,
That's for sure.
right? You can put it in anything, right? But that don't mean that you understand the responsibility that come along with it. We got the tools, we just don't know how to use them. And in order to learn what the responsibility is that come along with it, you got to suffer first.
Okay, wait.
It's a rite of passage.
I have a question. Because you just said that every man needs to suffer.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
So when we talk about things like, us working hard for our children, for our children's children,
Mhm.
we're speaking from a place like we don't want them to suffer the way we suffered. So we're putting our acorns away so that they have shit, so they don't have to suffer. So what do you?
That's
What do you
wrong.
say to
That's the
that?
wrong mentality.
Well, please explain it to me because I have a son. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to do this.
Because listen, your legacy, people got this wrong. Y'all gonna disagree with me, but it's okay. Not y'all. I mean,
Okay,
maybe
I listen
y'all
with
will,
open
maybe y'all
ears.
not.
We're
But the
gonna find out.
audience, right? Your legacy is not in your children. I'm gonna say that again.
Ooh.
Your legacy is not in your children
You gotta
at
expound.
all.
Is it
Okay.
of the other lives you've
Somebody
impacted?
tell me who Martin Luther King's kids are.
Okay. No, I don't know.
Other than Martin
So
Luther
it's in
King
the
III.
No, I'm saying, like, somebody tell me the relevance of what they've done and why that legacy is so phenomenal as a result of his father being Martin Luther King.
Mhm.
So it's just in the other.
Martin,
People you
somebody
impact.
tell me what's so awesome about Michael Jordan's kids.
Trophy room. That's a joke, but yeah.
No, I get you, but I'm just saying, what's so awesome about it?
Nothing.
What does that legacy mean, and how does that translate?
Mm.
Okay,
Anybody,
but-
help me.
No, that's thought
Right.
provoking. I never even thought of it. I'm only one kid in the gang. Oh, we all
Yes,
got
that's
one.
very valid.
Listen, what we often do is we project what we failed to do and how we should live our lives into the children, When the reality is that our bare minimum responsibility is to give them everything they need in order to be successful. We don't get credit for that. You don't deserve credit for that. They didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
That's
But
your
what
responsibility.
You need to be successful is subjective. You might have a different set of things you think is needed to be successful for your offspring.
No.
But I might think, oh, for my child to be successful, I need to give him X, Y, Z. That X, Y, Z.
But it's
might
not
be
up to
different
you to
for him.
determine what he needs in order to be successful.
Yeah, your child might want
It's
something
not up to
completely
you.
different.
Valid, but I mean, as a parent, isn't that what we're thinking about almost all of the time?
I think your job is to
Wrongly.
give them the tools.
Wrongly.
Right, but I'm saying there might be a different.
I would say that
You might
you're
think the
doing
tools are different
more.
than I think the
You're
tools are.
doing more to hurt the kid by coddling them and empowering them through stuff and what we would define as legacy. You're doing more to hurt them than to help them.
No. I'm saying, is it coddling to have an investment account for your kids with shit?
What's
in
the
it,
purpose of
with
it?
money in it.
What are they going to use it for?
What they want to do with their lives.
They didn't earn it. 80% of millionaires today, it's a myth.
Self-made.
It's not
First-
passed down.
Yeah.
80% of millionaires are first-time millionaires. Most times, the kids that get it handed to them, they fumble and they turn out worse as a result of their. Look at Magic Johnson's kids. Trash.
Damn.
Trash. Magic Johnson's kids is trash, bro.
You know, lying.
They ain't did nothing but prance around and flaunt the fact that their father was Magic Johnson and utilize his legacy and his money in order to become whatever it is that they want to become, but they didn't earn or leave anything, right? My purpose in this world is to leave it better as a result of me being here than if I had never been born. If all I did was leech off the earth and then die, I shouldn't have been here. That's it. Legacy, when we define it according to children, is just our selfish way of saying that I didn't do everything that I was supposed to be. And then as a result, I'm going to put this task on my children. That's all it is.
Okay. So maybe I'm not saying that we should always keep our kids from failing even after they're grown or whatever. But I'm saying if I put a nest egg here for you and then you turn 18 or 21 or whatever,
For
I
what?
decide to give it to you.
For what?
And I say, here, these are the tools that I'm providing you. You're going to do with them what you will. If you fall on your face, that's not my responsibility.
No, I
For what?
like. I'm kind of torn because say like life insurance. What's your
Life insurance, that's not
that's
a
not
nest
the same.
egg.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how much it is, you don't think so?
No, that's just your ability to be able to bury somebody if they die.
If my
Sometimes it's
policy's
way
for
more-
$2 million,
Right. It's way more than the few.
Yeah, but where do we? Yeah, often at times that goes to the spouse. That doesn't go to the children like that.
I mean, you put
What did
them
they?
on
What did they
your
earn?
bill and stuff.
Listen, if you're putting up money in order for them to go to college, that's different. And even in that situation, sometimes you don't want to empower them so much in that they don't work for it, right?
Yeah, I feel you on
They
that.
still need to grind. They need to understand because they won't appreciate it if they didn't earn it. You never appreciate something the same way if you had to go through something to get it.
So you're saying maybe potentially have resources made available based on certain milestones.
Correct.
Like if you got like,
100%.
some type of trust where it says, hey, if you do X,
Yes.
you'll earn Y.
Yes,
Oh,
but
okay.
it still should. Listen, it's a reason why the Warren Buffetts, the Bill Gates and them, they're not leaving their fortune to their kids.
Yeah,
Have you thought about that?
yeah.
The richest men in the world are choosing not to leave their fortune to their kids. Have you thought about that?
No,
Why
Warren
is
Buffett
that?
Has said explicitly like that.
Why is that?
They didn't earn it. Yeah,
It's a reason for that.
yeah. No, you're right. No, I agree. Well, now hold on, cause she has a son. We have daughters.
You
How do you
have a
feel about
daughter.
that? Yeah. Now he has a daughter too.
I got a daughter.
Now I want to know how. Same.
feel
She got to earn it. She got to get it. Go get it. She understands that she needs to earn it. Money is a tool. It's not for you to do whatever it is that you want to do. It's to empower you to be the best version of yourself. So the character is the thing that I pour into her. Money is a tool that I use in order to teach the lesson and to empower her to be able to get the education, right? Have the provision, have the protection, be in certain neighborhoods, have exposure to certain things that will enable her to be the best human that she can be.
Mhm.
But mine, I earned this.
Yeah.
That's mine's, bro. Not you. That's mine's. You already are a beneficiary of the fact that exposed you and enabled you,
Put you in
gave you all the
positions.
tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody shouldn't even be parents.
No, that's a certifiable
yeah,
fact.
but ain't shit we could do about that. So
Everybody should not be parents, bro.
Well, no, he's a firm believer in dick discipline.
Yeah, you gotta be able to control yourself. But yeah,
he actually believes
legacy is defined by how you impact others. It's not defined by how many kids you have and what they decide to do with your money at all.
Thought provoking.
I mean,
I like that.
Think about it. Michael Jordan is when we think about Michael Jordan, nobody is gonna say how much he made. Nobody is gonna say, he made this amount when he was in NBA. He had this many kids or anything like that. They gonna say that he won this many championships and he changed the dynamics of how we think about sports marketing, and he overcame the Pistons and he persevered, and that's the definition of winning. Like, they're going to define it more by his documentary than his kids. Nobody care about his kids. They're going to go back and watch that documentary.
No, that's for sure.
That's what we want to know. Don't give a
for sure.
Care about Jeffrey Jordan. Who's Jeffrey Jordan?
I don't know.
I think. Oh, okay. Okay.
See, you don't even know who Jeffrey Jordan is.
No, I mean I don't, but I'm not concerned with that. Like,
See?
I think you're thinking of it. I'm thinking of it from a mom's perspective. It's per. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we
You know
got
what the
you.
fuck I'm trying to say.
We got you.
I think I'm thinking of it more as a mother, where I'm hardwired to protect my children. So I want to provide my son with this nest egg. After I give it to you, if you fall on your fucking face, then you
Yeah,
fall
but
on your fucking face.
women are naturally nurturers.
Right.
So
But you're thinking
that's
like,
by
like men
default the
think,
way you're
like,
supposed to
if
be.
I have this child, you're gonna fall on your damn face and you're gonna make something of yourself.
100%.
I'm
You need to be
soft.
on your face. You need to crawl through that
I'm a
mud.
lady. I'm soft. I'm like, okay.
Crawl through that
Oh,
mud.
baby.
Go and get
No,
it.
there's
I
a
give you something,
there's a
but
lot of value that comes
after
through
that.
crawling through the mud. I feel
100%.
even if you
Right.
have a daughter.
And
Like,
I know it's true, but it's hard for me to do that. I'm a single mom.
Think about it. I mean,
Need is
nobody
already
joins the army. Nobody joins the military and gets handed a position. Nobody.
Yeah.
You literally have to go through the basic training. You got to work your way up. You got to do all of these things. And almost every person that comes out of the military to a certain extent has a form of discipline that translates and forces them to take personal responsibility and accountability for what they do in their life. All of them. It's a great characteristic and trait that comes along with having to go through things in order to get whatever it is that you have.
And you would say that's what creates a winner, though.
It is. That's why we got so many losers. We got a lot of men that operate out of their emotions. Oh, I'm so emotional. I feel, man, don't nobody give a fuck about what you feel. Like, don't nobody care about what you feel like. What's the results?
At all.
Take your feelings, throw them in a trash can, put some gasoline on them, and throw a match in there. That's what we care about, your feelings.
Okay. I mean, yeah, but also not, because that's also how you create dangerous men, because they don't know how to deal with those fucking feelings because no one cared about them.
No, because they were coddled and raised by women. That's
Facts.
why they are the way that they are.
Yes.
They're
Which you can't
unable
say
to
what I just said
endure
is not true.
No.
because they were coddled by the women that raised them, and they didn't have to go through anything.
Yeah,
Every time that they scraped their knee, their mama said, "Oh."
Yep.
Whereas me, I'm like, "Yo, stop crying, man. Get over that. You good? Do it still hurt?" And then they wipe their tears and they, "No, I'm fine." And then they go back to playing. They forget that they even scraped their knee. Got to get over that. Pain is something that teaches you a lesson. It's not to be ignored. It's something to be embraced. You got to rip that Band-Aid off.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
But too many men have been coddled, and so they've been feminized to a larger extent. They no longer know their place, and so they think that they women when they really
I
men.
agree with the majority.
They really
of this.
women with.
Even though I have a
dicks.
son, I
That's
agree
it.
with the majority of this.
They're women with dicks. They're Dwayne Wade's son.
Oh.
Jesus.
They are.
Oh.
That's what they are. They D Wade's son.
Oh.
No, you don't think so?
I just
They
wasn't
Zaya.
prepared for the show to take this turn.
They Zaya Wade.
Oh God. Okay. You are a wild boy.
They Zaya. You
Wow.
don't think that they Zayas?
Wild boy.
I think they soft, but I'm not going. That's a
think that
limb
they
I don't know if I
soft?
can go out there. With
I
you.
know.
They don't throw their fists like this.
Oh.
Straight to hell.
Wow!
Shout out to D Wade.
Shout out to D Wade. He not
Great
fucking-
basketball player. Horrible husband.
Damn.
Horrible father.
So now, for the people that don't know, your relationship, you've been with Rita for
17. Well, married for 17 years.
married for 17 years. So y'all-
Successfully married.
yeah, because y'all, yeah.
This is different. Some people just enduring through marriage.
Just together.
Very few of us are successfully married.
How is it so successful? What makes it successful?
Because I don't focus on the things that she don't do that I don't like.
Ooh.
I champion the things that she's great at, right? We complete opposites in a lot of ways, right? But I'm not about to spend 98% of my time trying to figure out what's wrong with her and beat a dead horse, right? When I can be championing and celebrating and embracing the things that she actually do awesome, that way she can continue to add value to my life. I'm not trying to fix you. I'm trying to make you more of what you already are. I don't want to fix you.
Is she more of a traditional woman, modern woman?
I don't believe in it. I believe all women are traditional.
I believe they
Every
have
last
it in
one
them,
of 'em.
but I think society has kind
When
of
they're
pushed.
allowed to be.
No, they all traditional.
No, I'm saying when they're allowed to be, like when they feel safe enough to be, like when
Yeah,
you're in the presence of
you're
the
absolutely
family,
right.
you know,
So hold on,
down,
hold
you
on,
can
no.
submit.
'Cause
She absolutely right.
her right here, the leader of the bird gang,
Ah!
will sit around and tell you she's a dude, basically.
Listen.
Well, she's
I'm a
adapted.
reformed hoe,
She's a what?
okay.
You're a reformed what?
Hoe, but I'm here.
You're a reformed hoe.
Yeah. Well,
Y'all be
reformed
ready
hoe,
for
Sav,
confessions
I
of
don't
a
slut
hot
shame
girl.
none of that shit, but I'm saying I went through a
But
phase.
what is
where
a
I was-
reformed hoe?
Please tell
What
us.
was reformed about you?
What
what was
changed?
remorse? There's no remorse. What was reformed?
So you saying that you
was
used
I
to be a
went through
hoe?
period of time where I did whatever the fuck I wanted to. And what I mean is, if I looked at that nigga and he looked at me and I wanted to fuck him, I was gonna do it, and nobody could stop me unless it wasn't mine to touch.
So
I
that
do
this is
have
traditional,
bounds.
sir?
What reformed you?
I do have bounds. Through doing what I wanted changed.
Mhm.
No, he
You know what I'm
asking her a
saying?
direct question.
Please.
What did it change? What do you want now?
Now I just want to be with one person. I want things to be calm. I want to be with someone who I trust to lead my family and my life and my legacy and all those things. I'm ready for that. I done got all the hoeing out. I done dealt with enough fuck niggas that I'm like over it. I'm ready for something good. And I'm prepared to do whatever I need to do to secure that.
Mm.
In a real
Whatever
honest
you need to
way.
do. What do you
In an
mean?
honest way.
What
Like,
is
I
an
wanna
honest way?
Get me a husband that I actually care for and he actually cares for me.
So you
Not
wanna
'cause
be
I'm just
married?
gonna marry a sugar daddy.
You want to be married?
Oh, of course.
You
Before
wouldn't
I'm
marry
30.
sugar daddy?
Before I'm 30.
You wouldn't marry sugar daddy?
If I loved him, then yes.
You don't
But
think
I'm saying
that?
I want
So you don't think
to
that
be with
all
someone
women,
I actually like.
all women are chasing the bag?
I'm sure I don't speak for all women. I just speak for I don't.
No, just by default. Like you don't think that women go for the best available option, and that
Well,
option
women
often
are
at times.
hypergamous by nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, it was like, you know, in the beginning of fucking time, you got married because this nigga had 4 goats and your family had 2.
Yeah.
So now y'all both got 3 goats.
4 + 2
The
is
dowry,
6.
nigga. 4, 2, 6. Then we split it.
So you
No,
going for the
he would
sugar
have
daddy
6
then,
goats.
right?
You wouldn't have any goats.
So you going for the
Whatever,
sugar
but you
daddy
get
then,
what I'm
right?
saying.
Are you going for the sugar daddy?
Only if I actually love him, but
So it's based off love first.
I was about to. So
no. I'm not even saying that deep, romantic, whatever the fuck, but I want to be committed to someone who I care about and I only want what's best for them and they only want what's best for me and we're willing to do what we need to do together to achieve our higher goals.
That's interesting.
You get what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
And I will slide right into my womanly role because even though I went through this time where I was hoeing and doing whatever the fuck I wanted to, when I was raised to cook, clean, take care of babies, and be a wife.
Would
I
you
know
tell
what it
him
looks
that you
like.
was hoeing?
Huh?
Would you tell him that?
If he wanted to know.
You would tell him?
If he wanted to know. And baby,
If
I'm
a
about to
guy
have my own
asked
show,
you-
so he's gonna know.
If a guy asked you how many dudes have you slept with, would you tell him?
If he really wanted to know, but I feel like that's kind of an immature question.
Why? Why is that an immature question?
Why is that possessing your thoughts?
Because
I'm
every
fucking you and you like it.
no,
so what
no,
else is
no,
there to
no,
think about?
no.
But if he
It's
wants
not
to
an
know and it
immature
bothers
question.
him, then that's not the nigga.
It's
for
not
me.
about if it bothers him. That's not why he's asking.
I don't care. If he wants to know, I will tell him.
You should care though.
If he wants to know, I will tell him.
But you don't want to know why he's asking you?
I would ask him why he's asking me.
Okay, so let me answer his question.
Cool question.
Why he's
Metaphorical
asking
man?
you? Yeah.
Why is he asking me?
Because every single person that you've been with leaves an impression on you, and it
We're not
shapes
making
you,
Horcruxes.
and it shapes you into
Well, I'm not
being.
splitting my soul every time I fuck someone.
Why
It
you call
shapes
it
you
a
into
Horcrux?
It's
being.
not a Horcrux.
It shapes you into being what you are today. It's the reason why you desire what you desire right
I
now is
gotta-
because you've been with enough fuck
Politics that
niggas
can't shape
that
shit.
actually shapes your narrative into wanting what you want. It's a meaningful
you
question.
mean,
So you-
okay, but I count that as more through the experience I have with these men, not necessarily sexually, but just. I was
If you had
speaking to
never-
before, we had spoken before.
If
the
you
sex
had
is not gonna
never-
change my
It
damn life.
does. It absolutely does.
I mean, I might decide I don't like dicks with a left angle in it, but
Nah, sex is deeper than that.
I don't want a dick with a right angle in it. That might be my thing. That might not be my thing. That's what I learned.
Now,
from
my
the sex.
original question, Anton,
Sex is deeper than
this
that.
is not a
I
modern
know
woman.
that.
So you can't
I know
ignore
that.
the people that have imprinted on you before you
listen.
find the husband.
We're also not in the Vampire Diaries. There is no imprinting.
It is.
Nah,
It's absolutely imprinting.
nah. It's not imprinting because
Let's level set this because let's before we answer because I think we're answering emotionally. Let's define imprinting. Go ahead, Anton.
So essentially, every single person that you've been with, every guy, they have to enter you, right?
Sure. Yeah.
First and foremost, they physically reshape your body. They do.
For a moment.
They physically reshape your body. Even if it's snapped back, it's still different.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It physically reshapes you, number one. Number two, it's an emotional connection. Most women can't
Not all the time.
most women can't even fully experience. Most women don't even have orgasms. Let's be clear.
I do.
Correct.
That's a
They're
fact.
Most
Correct.
women do not have orgasms. That is a fact.
Correct.
And that sucks.
That
Secondly,
does sound like it's-
aside from the fact that they don't even have orgasms, in order for a woman to really fully be able to be at the top of her, because it's levels, right? It's levels to your climax. Before women can truly experience that true euphoria, they have to be emotionally connected to somebody.
Right.
And
Okay.
you cannot then ignore the emotional connection that you had with somebody and then move over into somebody else without understanding that affects you. You don't need you
I might not have had any sort of emotional connection with you when I fucked you.
you've reshaped what you even desire based off of your past experiences. If you were a virgin when you got married, you would have a different experience sexually and a
Yes.
different connection with a guy. So then you can't say that it doesn't matter if somebody says how many bodies have you had, because that's a real question that shapes the narrative and the dynamic of whether or not you'll be emotionally connected to
So
somebody.
You asked that question.
Hold on, wait. So the question said differently about how many bodies is how many guys have left imprints on you? How many guys
That's a
am I
different
coming?
question.
It's
No,
not.
it's the same exact
It's the
question.
same
it's the
question.
same question coming from
That's
It's the
what
same
saying.
question.
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
So when
I mean, I
you
suppose,
so
but again,
then when you
but-
said when that shouldn't, well, you didn't say that shouldn't matter. I forgot how you said it.
No,
But when you said why would a guy even ask that, this is the reason why he should ask it.
and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, what's done is already fucking done. I already fucked however many number of niggas I said. So if you're not okay with it, bye. You're not gonna want to stay with me, and that's fine. I will find the person who does.
No,
That's okay.
it's not enough.
It doesn't matter. There are porn stars that are married. They done fucked many a dick. And some
Yeah,
other
but it's a
things too,
difference between
okay?
it's a difference
I'm
between
not
being
a porn
married.
star. I'm not nowhere near a porn star, although I.
It's a lot of people that's married, but it's a reason why most marriages fail is because getting married is not enough. You actually have to do the
Most
work
marriages fail
to
over
be the
finance.
version that you're supposed to be
Not how
prior
many
to.
dicks she sucked.
You got to fix yourself before you get into a
That's
relationship.
like a lot less dick.
And a lot of people don't do the work to
Lydia
fix
gotta chill.
themselves. They just move into what it is that they want
Mhm.
instead of understanding who they currently are, which is going to shape and affect what their future relationship
What
is
I'm
going to be.
saying to you is that season I did of hoeing, that was my figuring out what I want because I only did what I want.
But see,
and then naturally
it's
your
not
wants and
about
needs will
what
change.
you want. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What you want don't matter.
Yeah.
That is not going to help you when it comes to finding a marriage that's going to satisfy you and fulfill you for the rest of your life. It's not. What you want go out the window the minute you get married. I tell you that right now.
Okay.
It goes out the window.
But
It has
you
no
know that
bearing.
It took me X amount of time of being a hoe to understand that concept.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you. It's all a part of my growth
Okay.
and many other women's growth. Some women, they're gonna say they needed that whole season. I'm one of those that says like that whole season, it did me a service. I'm a different person. The whole season is ending, and I'm ready for the next chapter.
But you're saying two different things because
it's a maturation process.
There's no way you would feel that way if you were a virgin. That's what he's saying. Like
that ship sailed a long fucking time ago. I don't give a fuck about shoulds.
No, in order to have honest debate, you have to understand logic. Your logic is only shaped because you had that season.
Yep.
You would not have been able to get to that point if you would have been a virgin, because then your only experience you would have spoke from was a reference of virginity.
So you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
Of course. Duh. But what I'm saying is, a lot of women, that ship is fucking sailed. That ship sailed when I was 18.
But you're actually.
Why am I still talking about what should have happened?
Hold on, Liddy, but you're aiding and abetting his argument.
Argue.
Wait, no.
I'm finishing
Wait.
my sentence. They're talking over.
No, Lydia, but you're aiding his argument because it doesn't help for healthy debate. When he's saying is you have been imprinted to your experiences are from the frame of reference of the guys you've been with. He is saying so it matters because you are actually saying I feel this way because of those experiences. He's actually saying that. He's saying you have been imprinted and your acts are actually being changed by the guys you've been with.
Not every nigga I slept with left a mark is what I'm saying. Not all of them were in any way relevant. I can't even remember some of them if we're gonna be real.
Okay.
And I'm always gonna be real.
All right.
Not all of them left a fucking mark.
All right.
Okay.
That's all.
Still on the subject of marriage. Anton,
What's happening?
marriage,
Yeah.
love or business?
It's business first, but it's definitely love in there. You can grow to love somebody.
Okay.
But it's always business first. 1,000%. 100,000%.
For somebody looking or thinking about marriage,
Mhm.
how should they, in your opinion, approach it from a business perspective?
They need to understand that in order to be a great businessman, right? Because it's not just about money. The money comes with it,
Correct.
right? The financial benefits, if you know how to leverage your marriage correctly, comes with it, right? But every great businessman, every great leader is a servant first, right? People follow you because you lead, because you have their best interest at heart. It's easy for me to go off on somebody and say, yo, you trash, get yourself together or whatever. They can receive it from me because they know it's coming out of a place of love, right? And so because I'm a servant first, because I place everybody before me, right? I get all of the spoils. I get the benefits that come along with her really falling into her femininity because she understands that Anton is never going to slip. Anton is never going to let us go. He's never going to let us fail. He's never going to let us fall. He's always going to make sure that we good and we taken care of, right? That's real love. Love is not telling somebody, yo, I love you. You so
I don't
awesome.
know if women always equate what you just said to
They
love,
do.
though.
They do.
I think once they realize it,
They
I
don't know
think
what it feels like.
Yeah. Maybe
They
that's
don't
I'm
know
saying.
what it feels like to not have to contribute to the household finances
Yeah.
and sacrifice their bodies in order to ensure that we can eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
So they don't even know what it feels like to truly be a woman because they've been so busy being men trying to make up for the lack that men have put them in a position to be.
Not just us, but
They don't know what it feels like to be women anymore.
Yeah.
They fighting. They
Yeah.
going out every day and competing.
That's not a
They
modern woman.
they not meant to compete.
That's
Modern
not.
women are not very successful right now.
They're not meant to compete.
He said he doesn't subscribe to that notion that there are modern women. He says that I agree that they. All
I think
can fall
that
into
people
being
adapt, but by default, every single woman operates the same.
Mhm.
And when you put them in an environment in which they can truly thrive, it does not, and I'm going to repeat it, it does not showcase itself to be them competing with men in
But
any way,
I'm
shape, or
saying-
form.
So what you said to the environment they're in is them competing with men.
They adapted.
Yeah. So if
But that don't mean that they're modern. That just means that they're surviving.
okay.
You're just surviving.
I think we mean modern in like a literal sense, like more current than in the past.
Everything is the same as it always has been.
No,
If you-
I agree.
Think
Everything
about it
is
like
the same
this.
as it always
Think about it
has
like
been,
this.
but-
So
Yeah.
a lot of times people got together and men led, and the whole idea of how we identify alpha men is based off of survival, right? Like when you take away all of the technology and you take away and our ability to be able to hunt, feed, house, clothe, take our tribes or whatever like that and allow them to be able to survive to the next generation. It all came down to this guy, this alpha male that was able to give direction, lead, and ensure that our survival is ideal, right?
Yes.
Translated into today, right? All we did was throw a bunch of technology on top of it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's still the same thing. My daughter and my chick will never go through the same thing as his daughter and his chick, because they don't have to worry about somebody breaking into their car or going into their crib or any of that junk. My daughter don't know what it feels like to be molested. My daughter don't know what it feels like to be hungry or to not have lights. Or when she goes outside that it's a crack house across the street. Provision and protection has translated in the same way that it always has. All we did was throw a bunch of stuff on top of it and call it technology. But it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's just a different translation. So when you say modern, you also have to say that our ability to be real men and lead our families is still the exact same
I definitely
thing.
agree with that. I definitely.
That's all it is.
As a leader of my household, and I have my woman is very strong, we would say. But when it comes to me, she lets me lead. But I think something we were talking about a little earlier was you have to be able to prove that too. I've been proven to show her that, like, no, we're going to do this, this, and this, and it's going to be successful.
Rites of passage.
I'm going to do this, this, and this, and we're not, like you said, not going to be living across from the crack house. We're going to be on the water. I'm going to be doing this, this, and this, and we'll be able to do X, Y, and Z. So I do think some women, they're in their position where, like you said, they fighting.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but you know, until people realize and become absolutely honest with what's really happening and they keep on projecting, you always going to continue to get the same results, which is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get different results.
For sure.
It's literally insanity. That's how we operating, like insane people. Not me, because I'm awesome, but you know,
now, since we're
such
talking
is
about
life.
this modern women talk, traditional women talk, you have a relationship with Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, that's my dog.
I am a fan of Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, that's my
She is
dog.
even a fan, even though she's
No, I do fuck with him. He makes sense.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Shredding them
That's
big
the homie.
babies apart, though.
What, for my audience, because I had a whole argument with somebody about Kevin Samuels. You know, people, once you start delivering a message, they're going to try to throw everything at the message to
100%.
dilute it. He's gay. He's this. He's that.
Some bullshit.
Yeah. What are your,
Fuckery.
obviously he's the homie, but what do you think about the message? Is he really making a change? I definitely love the live streams. I fuck with it a lot. It's heavy.
Me and Kev have conversations where we mostly agree and there's some stuff that we don't agree. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know anybody on this earth, including my mom and my dad, that I agree with 100% of everything that they say.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Name me one person that you agree with 100% of everything that they say.
I was
There
going to
is
say Willie,
nothing
but it's
that
probably like
exists in the
99.8 or
cosmos.
something like that.
Yeah.
Time.
That's my man's, but
And so when you take that into context, it's not about being right or wrong. It's the fact that he's willing to stand up and have the conversation when everybody else just want to be quiet.
yeah.
We can tell you what you want to hear. We can be Derek Jackson.
Oh, don't get me started on Derek.
I mean, really, we can tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And what does that do outside of continue to champion and perpetuate the exact same behavior that you've been getting?
So
Making you feel good is not necessary. I tell people all the time, stop chasing happiness,
what they need to chase?
growth. Stop chasing happiness. Happiness is subjective.
Facts.
It's something that you can feel. Growth is something that's
You can-
tangible.
Yeah. Facts.
Chase growth, not happiness.
That makes a lot of sense.
I had to
'Cause you know
sway.
what?
I had to sway one of our in studio listeners on Kevin because she wasn't feeling the delivery. They want to hear it a nice way. They want it packaged a nice way. They don't realize that Kevin was dogging dudes the same way he talks to the women. And personally, when I watch the streams, unless they get real ratchet with him, he doesn't really do that. I discovered Kevin Samuels years ago. I think Willie and me was talking about him, but he even the cologne I'm wearing today, Penn Halligan's, Blake
Yeah.
Mr. Sam. I got that from Kevin. He put me on.
Well, I mean, the question that you start to ask yourself is, despite how I feel about somebody, is it the truth?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the vessel. I only care about whether or not it's the truth.
I think today people care about the vessel more.
Yeah, which is why they failing.
Stupid.
Which is exactly why they failing. Yo, think think about it. If this guy that's laying on the street whispers to me something that is $1 million game, bro, do I ignore it or do I take it just because I don't like I'm only hurting myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
It don't hurt them.
No.
Like when I tell somebody something that's actually good for them and they be like, man, I don't like the way you said it. I'll be like, all right, suck my dick. I don't care. Like, what do I care? Like, I thought I was helping you. You can go and jump off a bridge for all I care. I don't care nothing about what you talking about, fam. Like, now what? I'm still winning. I'm putting points on the board.
Points. Yes.
I'm going to be a winner when you wake up tomorrow in your mom's basement. We good. Cool. I'm not for everybody.
Some people
Don't say you didn't know, though.
Basement.
Don't say you didn't know, though. The vessel don't, listen, nobody, how you feel don't mean nothing. The only thing that matters is the results.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Even in a society where everybody's trying to prioritize feelings.
This society is trash.
You know what? And I don't really like doing this all the time, but we in after hours. What you think about the Rachel Nichols?
I don't know enough about it, to be honest with
So
you.
Rachel Nichols.
I heard she said something about that ESPN. The only reason somebody is doing something is because ESPN has been doing a trash job on diversity or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she
Who was the
feeling
person
like,
that she said it about?
Dang,
I forgot.
Hold on,
but
hold
she
on,
felt
hold
like
on.
she was slighted because she felt like it was some
Rachel
almost
felt like
affirmative
Rachel-
action. type
Rachel was
shit.
slighted. She
That's
felt
what
like she was
She
slighted.
felt like she was slighted because they gave the the slot or of whatever what is it, like the playoffs or some shit. I don't know. I don't do sports.
The finals.
The finals.
Maria Taylor, the black.
yeah.
I don't know none
They
of these
gave
people.
it to a black woman.
Dang, I really wanted.
So
to see
she
what
felt
you
like
thought
she was
about it.
slighted because she felt like ESPN was doing it because they was like, oh, we need to throw somebody black in here because we need to be more pro-black. So that's how she was
Okay.
feeling.
I'm honestly, I don't even know who Maria was her name.
It don't
Maria
matter. Just know
Taylor.
that she was brown.
I
Just know that she was
don't
brown.
know. Well,
And
okay,
Nichols was
here you
upset
go.
because
Nah,
You want
if you don't- I
to
don't
know the
even-
truth? Regardless of what she said, you want to know what I really feel?
Yes.
Let's go.
It's going to be the unpopular opinion.
No, because I think I'm more aligned with the
Talking
unpopular
shit.
opinion.
I don't know.
But I want to give you some more. So Rachel.
I don't
Nichols,
know
in
if
her
you're ready
con-
for this one,
In her
though.
contract,
I
it says
honestly
she's
don't
supposed
know.
to host the finals.
Every
Yeah.
time.
She should have hosted the finals then.
Maria Taylor is black.
Uh-huh.
They were looking to, after George Floyd and everything, they were looking for somebody else to host the finals.
Right?
She was in a private conversation talking to.
So somebody recorded her?
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
if it.
That was
Hold on.
that's bad.
I
That's
know
not a
that
good
it was in
thing.
her. I'm trying to give you all the
Okay,
information.
sorry. Go ahead.
That's another
Because
bad thing. Nobody should have been
They were
recording her.
recording her.
It was an
they said it was.
accident.
Oh, wait, man, come on, trying to get.
You can't record nobody
We're
by
trying to give her
accident.
it was, but it was.
I gotta hit the record button.
It was, yeah, it was, it was behind the scenes. She was talking to LeBron's publicist or something, and they basically is her talking about.
So what did she say that was wrong? What did she say that was wrong?
I
The
think
internet is on fire because she's saying from a white woman's perspective that she feels like she was slighted because they put a brown person in her
Okay, so
spot.
y'all want to know that y'all ready to fight?
let's fight.
Spit it out.
I don't believe in doing stuff for people just because they black.
I don't.
Correct.
I about to say I don't think that's a fight.
That's fair.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
That's not
I
fair.
think I'm more. Yeah,
Who's
like,
No,
best
because
suited to do this job?
people often at times believe that you need to align with people just because we the same color.
no. We believe
I
in
think we should
criticizing for the
like
culture.
to do that.
Why should
feel
I?
like a
What?
lot of people would
I don't.
want to.
Some of the greatest things that's ever happened in my life has come at the second. Matter of fact, I told this story before. When I was at the University of Michigan, I came in as a contractor. I didn't come in as an employee, right? Contractors, especially in information technology, software engineers, often at times get hired in after they come in as contractors, right? You got to show and prove, whatever, so on and so forth. My boss wound up getting, I think it was melanoma or something like that. Anyway, she got like some kind of skin cancer, right? She wound up dying. But her last dying deed and wish was to ensure that I not only got hired in, but that I got promoted. That was her last, of all the things she could have did in her life, the whitest of white women had always did me right within the 6 months that I had been there. Her last dying deed and wish was to ensure that I became successful. That was the last thing that she did before she died. Crazy.
Shout out to her.
Yes.
Some of the best things that's ever happened in my life has come as a result of people that don't look like me. Now, there's great people that's black, there's great people that's white, or whatever you want to call it, right? all kind of colors. It's some horrible people that's black. I got carjacked by some of them. You know what I'm saying? And it's some horrible people that's white. I personally rock with people based off of the content of their character.
Yeah.
I don't rock with people based off of what they look like at all. At all. Not even a little bit.
So would you say you're pro-black?
No, I'm pro good character.
Okay.
At all. I'm not
with you.
pro-black at all.
You're like, I'm not.
I'm pro-black.
As a
I
matter
would
of
like
fact,
for the best person suited at the time that I'm searching to be black, but if they're not, then I'll go with that person.
As
I
a
would
ma-
like for them to be
as a
black.
matter of fact, I'm a huge advocate that we need to do away with a lot of these black people that is toxic for our culture, that is absolutely the reason why we are in the situation that we're in. They're poisoning you, and you're embracing them because they look a certain type of way instead of bringing them to the front of the congregation and saying, yo, why did you do this?
Well,
Who do you
I
think
want
are some
to
of those
debate this
people?
concept a little bit.
I do too.
Because wait. So I agree about not supporting everything that is black.
Mhm.
I agree with that concept. I agree that at the end of the day, we shouldn't just go around and blindly accept people because they look like us.
Mhm.
However, I am all about finding ways or solving problems to make sure that the black community has fair opportunity.
Yeah.
So like I've worked with one of my mentors is big about helping African Americans with like social inequities or financial inequities. So like this idea about how do we fix the inequalities of black ownership in the real estate market. I'm down with that. Like I'm down to help solve those type problems. I'm also down to talk about how do we create more opportunities for people to have access to better education, especially like you talked about, the kids shouldn't have to pay for the sins of the parents. So if we can give them an opportunity to go to school, at least to get equal opportunity, not give them anything, but
No,
opportunity.
the key is to have better parents.
Right, absolutely. But you said in earlier,
But it's not to equalize it on the playing field per se.
but
It's who's the fastest.
No, it is who's the fastest. But we also said in a previous conversation that that at the end of the day, the kid didn't choose to be here. So what I'm saying is, since the kid did not choose to be here, how do we at least give them the opportunity to where they're able to compete with the other person that doesn't look like them at least equally? Because since they didn't choose to be
So where do you draw the line?
I draw the line in. I draw the line in. I don't believe in giving anyone
Nope,
something.
that's not what I'm asking. Where do you draw the line when it comes to deciding how to group yourself? Is it
What do you
just
mean?
color? Is it gender? Is it height? Is it foot size? At what point do we stop grouping ourselves based off of our physical characteristics and start aligning ourselves with people based off of their character?
No, I totally agree with that. So I'm talking about personally aligning. I'm talking about things that I value. I definitely still believe that
But
there's
how
a lot.
do you decide who you group yourself with to determine what you value?
So I
think
do.
You're just
so me
saying you want
personally-
everybody to start in the same group.
No. So what I'm saying, it's two different things
At the
about
same
who
level.
I align with and things that I'm passionate about.
Mhm.
I am very passionate about solving problems that adversely impact the black community at a higher.
But again,
proportion.
you
Yeah.
still had to group yourself in order to come to that conclusion.
Well,
So you grouped yourself with the black
I'm willing
people.
to identify as an African American when it comes to solving problems that I think are unfair.
Why? Why do you group yourself that way?
Because for me,
Because you're
Mhm.
black.
Why do
Because-
you group yourself that
because
way?
I'm African American, and I do believe that.
So you group yourself based off of color by default before you even identify what a problem is.
So
So how do you identify yourself?
As a person that aligns with other people that's good, of good character.
So, but wait. So you.
I mean,
so
that's
you-
fair.
So
No,
you
I'm
don't-
not
so
making
you
any
don't
argument.
So you personally don't believe in entities that are looking to help solve problems of a group of people, of
No.
minorities.
no.
Fair. I disagree, but that's fair.
No.
What do you select when you doing a survey?
What survey? I don't do no survey.
Just
I'm rich.
No, okay, but you was in school and you had to fill out the goddamn Scantron. And it said
Yeah, I
black,
filled out the scale.
white,
No, I
what did
didn't.
it say? Pacific Islander, all that shit.
Yeah,
Other.
but that's when you're a child. But when you're an adult and you know better, you do better.
Right, but I'm saying you know that you're black.
No, I was taught to look at things based off of color. I unlearned that bullshit
No, but I'm saying I can
and
see
started
you
aligning myself based off
and
of.
you're black.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything. Let me tell you something.
Okay, so you would say that doesn't mean much to you?
Don't mean nothing.
Okay.
It hasn't stopped me one
Alright.
bit at any
No.
point in my life from doing anything.
But
And I
it's
was
I'm not
raised
saying
in
it
the
has to
mud.
stop you
But
either.
wait. I agree with So I think me and you're in the middle, but I
Mhm.
still disagree with not supporting organizations that are there to at least solve some of the inequalities.
That's a form of racism.
Right. No, I'm down with saying, hey, we shouldn't identify or lead with race. I'm okay. And honestly, I wish.
But then you identify and lead with race when you decide to solve for a specific problem. That's exactly what you're doing.
Because right now there's still inequalities. So what I'm saying is that when I know
there's always, it's going to be rich, it's going to be poor. It's going to be tall, it's going to be short. Let me tell you something. If I'm casting a movie and I'm looking for a midget, I'm not going to consider the tall person just because it's not enough midgets.
No, but
like I'm going to find another midget, bro.
But no, I agree with you. But when there are certain inequalities that are built around systematic
but I'm not going to say it's not enough tall people in movies.
No.
Like,
No. But just because you're not going around saying, "Hey, woe is me," that should not mean that you can't value.
But again, at what point do you draw the line? So, like for example, I say that women are naturally more nurturing than men, right? There tend to be more successful women in healthcare than men.
Right.
Because they're instinctively and naturally more nurturing than men, right? So I'm not going to sit here and it is true. It's a fact.
It is. Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and advocate for more men in healthcare.
Understand?
Because there's a disproportionate inequality in healthcare of men in there.
Are there not more
I'm not.
doctors?
Like, I think that people instinctively and naturally navigate towards and are successful based off of what's normal instead of what we're trying to normalize.
Mm-hmm.
I don't identify with that.
I think Willie's talking more about the systemic.
No, and I know. And
Versus-
he knows what I'm getting at. No, he knows.
Right.
I want to continue this conversation.
In 2021, there's very few things that you can point to systemically that's preventing you from being successful.
No.
I don't blame things on
No.
being
That's what I'm saying.
successful or failing.
No, I'm not saying to you. I'm just saying in general.
No, but those are two different ideals. No one's saying, hey, that I'm saying that these people should have a pass because of systematic racism. But I'm still believe I can still support causes that are designed to ensure that we are
Like what? Give me one.
So
let's use it as an example.
All right, so we'll use a company called Mocafy. Mocafy is a startup venture capital firm that's designed to help people not pay fees for cash and checks, and it's designed to go in minority communities to make sure they have access to banks.
Okay,
I support that.
Why? Because and here's the problem. Here's the problem with it though.
Because I think there's you asked me why. Because I do believe there's still a huge lack of education in communities or access to information. Well, I'm not going to say access. There's a lack of information or activity of people of color in areas where they look at their only option to, bank or cash place is going to certain places that are being,
So you're saying that you're an advocate for equal opportunity, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So then that means that there should also be justification and you should be fairly or justifiably not outraged if a white company says, or a company says, I want to target white people for my product.
I'm not.
Whereas we would be outraged if that happened.
No. See, I disagree
Go
with
ahead,
you.
target your white people.
No, Lydia, hold on. I actually agree. So I actually believe that happens. That's what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't happen.
No,
it doesn't happen.
You don't think there's businesses out here that in a boardroom are saying, hey, we're going to target white people for this product?
They got to know.
Yes, but I'm not talking about for a product to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about targeting them to give them a leg up despite their circumstances. It's a difference.
No, but you know what?
No, but they've been targeting black people to give them a leg down.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think that anybody goes into the boardroom and says, how can we hurt more black people?
No, but they used to, and that's still having a lasting effect. It's
I don't,
lesser.
I don't think that in 2021, I think that the biggest thing that's preventing us from being successful is the fact that we still identify ourselves as victims. And we're a part of the Victim Olympics, and we running it faster than any other race and culture in history.
No, and so I think I agree with you there. I still don't believe that
even
that
with
this
the
is
wealth
about.
We do need better, smarter parents for the next generation.
I feel like he's making it a zero sum. Like it's one or the other. I think you can do both. I think we can have that same mindset while at the same time respect and support organizations.
You can't, because if you are going to do it on one side, you have to be open to the possibility and embrace it happening on the other side, which we don't.
I do.
We don't.
Okay, I do.
You know that
He's
we
saying
don't.
we as
I know,
a,
you
as,
say
a,
we, but
as
I'm
a
saying
collective.
I
He keeps
do.
saying we
I
as a
do.
collective.
Yeah.
But I respect that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying I do. I actually it would never be surprised if there's organizations or people do other things on the other side. Like I don't get outraged by
Yeah,
that.
I don't get mad when
honestly,
there's
I
a
don't
Native
think
American fund for Native American people.
And I'm probably
Sure.
I'm probably far to the left on this one. I don't even get outraged by outward racist people. I don't get outraged by the KKK
At all.
I don't either.
Hey, let me know that you hate me so
Yeah,
I can
that's
say
fine.
my black ass over here.
I don't even care. You don't
over
have
there.
it. Listen, just because you don't like me don't mean that you have any power
Correct.
to do anything to stop me from doing what I'm gonna do. You
Correct.
don't.
Correct.
You can hate whatever you want. Listen, I got people in my own family that hate me,
Correct.
that look like me. I don't care nothing about
Facts.
Facts. So I think
that. What am I gonna care about a person that I ain't never met in my life gonna hate me? That has no bearing on me whatsoever.
But you
As a
can't
matter
deny
of
that it
fact,
can have an
I'm the
effect on you.
person that
That's
determines whether or not they get the job. I've always been in a position of power because I've took myself outside of succumbing to the idea that somebody else has power over me.
Okay, now what happens if a Karen gets you locked up because she's a Karen?
She can't get me
You're
locked up.
black.
She can't get me locked up. I ain't
Okay.
never been locked up in my life.
That doesn't. Okay.
You can't get me locked up. Okay. I'm not participating. I'm not gonna sit there and talk to you.
Where you
I don't
gonna
have,
go when
I
the
don't-
police come and put
I
cuffs
don't.
on you?
Ain't nobody put. That's what I got a lawyer for.
Fair. And in the event that might not work, because
It's
that
gonna
is
work.
what we're talking about.
It's gonna work. This is 2021. You can't
I
walk
love
nowhere
that
without
blind
a,
faith
you
have.
can't walk nowhere without a camera.
That doesn't.
It's a camera on
always
you
win.
everywhere.
Have we not learned this year and last year
does.
just from sitting our black asses at home and
Who?
watching YouTube videos that is not always the fucking case?
Where?
It doesn't matter. You can catch.
When did
you
it
can
happen?
catch murder, racist ass murder on camera, and you're not guaranteed that anything will happen in your
that
favor,
that
whether you're
means-
dead or alive.
That means that he was a trash human being, but I have no evidence whatsoever to say that anybody did anything because they were black or white. You are a trash cop. That's it. That's it for me. I'm able to separate. I know some phenomenal cops. I'm not going.
Okay.
It's people.
No,
The
listen,
problem
so
with
do
people
I.
is that they group everybody into a group. And I know some phenomenal cops. Like I know some dudes that did it because they are truly trying to change the narrative in their specific communities,
As do I.
right?
We had one of them come on our show.
This is the dangerous path that you go down, is because when we start grouping people, whether it be because of their black or their profession or all of this stuff, it runs the risk of villainizing people that have nothing to do and are not participating in this race that you're trying to put them inside of.
That is human
You-
nature to group each other. We
so it's
came
human
from
nature.
Tribes.
But it's human nature
not,
until
and
it
tribes
happens
would go
against
fuck
you, though,
the other
right?
tribe up.
Yeah.
So
They
it's,
didn't like
so
the
it's
niggas.
cool until it happens to you, though.
That's what I'm saying to you. Because I say, what if Karen gets you locked up? It's cool till it happens
I
to
don't
you, but you're
subject
just like,
myself to that.
oh no, it's never gonna happen to me.
It ain't gonna happen to me.
Oh, it can never
it's-
be me.
It can't happen to me. I got more power over what's gonna happen to her than what she got over what's gonna happen
Maybe
to me.
not in the moment.
In
Or
the
when somebody
moment, I
put their
do.
knee on your damn neck.
In the moment, I do.
If somebody come put their knee on your neck,
Nobody would ever do that. I would never even
okay,
find
that's
myself
the
in a
premise
position to
we
have
like
that.
to operate off of in our safe little minds. We
No.
like to think.
I
that
grew
wouldn't
up
happen to
across
me.
the street
I'm
from a
trying to keep
crack
myself
house.
safe, blah, blah,
I
blah.
wasn't always. I
Just
didn't
that
always
it
have money.
Didn't happen doesn't mean it couldn't happen. Is what I'm saying. And that
Anything can happen to
All right.
anything, but I'm not going to automatically define it as racist just because it happened from somebody that don't look like me.
is fair.
All right.
You can't
Fair.
just by default attach a label to something just because it didn't happen the way that you listen.
Fair,
People
but when
that
we
look
look at
like me,
statistics, we can see
nobody
that
is
it
sitting here
happens to
talking
us
about what's
more
going on in
often.
Chicago. Nobody is talking about what's going on in on the south side of Chicago
There are
at
people
all.
talking about it.
No, they not. They're sitting there. Listen, more of us get killed by us, and we don't even want to fix our own backyard, but we want to sit here and have these detailed, deep conversations about how to fix society when we can't even fix our own backyard. First, you got to clean
That's
up your
fair.
own backyard before you start talking and telling other people how to do things.
I mean,
I
I
can't do
agree with
that.
This. I'm not against that premise.
So I'm not even willing to have the conversation unless people that want to group themselves
But we're having
first fix the group that they're in.
And I agree with that.
That's fair.
But that's why I said I support causes that are trying to fix the group that they're in.
But I don't group myself.
No, I understand that. But for someone that says that they may
The only-
they may group themselves, you just said, then they need to fix the group that they're in. And I'm saying
Society groups.
Yeah, I rock with that.
Yeah. I'm down to rock with that logic too.
And
Karen
I
is
agree
grouping
with,
your ass.
That's what
I
was
don't
gonna-
care about what Karen is doing.
Is grouping
Well,
your
Karen
ass.
needs to be, if she's grouping me, then she needs to be worried about what's going to happen to her as a result of her even coming up against somebody with the type of power that I have.
Right, and I'm not
scary.
moving off of
Now-
any of that energy. So that I agree with you. Like
I agree with him too,
my-
but we always can go back to what Ye said. Even in the Benz, you still in the
Yeah, but I don't think
So-
I don't think we should move off of what somebody else thinks about us. That part.
No,
agree.
I agree with that as well.
That's
But
fair.
the system that we all operate within looks at us. a
It's the
certain way.
best system in the world. There is nowhere else in this world where you would prefer to live than right here in this country.
true.
These
Let's
are
be
facts.
clear.
That's facts.
That's true.
Let's be clear. It's the best. No system is going to be 100% foolproof and perfect.
That's true.
But I'm telling you that there's nowhere else, and I've traveled all over this world,
What about
is
that?
nowhere else that you would prefer to live in than right here.
That's true.
These are
I
facts.
saw an article that said people in New Zealand are way happier than we are. I'm
Okay.
down to visit. Let me see.
All
Let me
right.
check it out. I might go
All
over there.
Go
I might
ahead.
slide.
Anton, it's been a blessing to have you here. Before
Oh, we done?
No.
Wait, almost.
Before we get up out of here,
All right.
$1 million worth of game. I need something from you, bro. Give us a millionaire game, bro.
Don't be a victim. No, okay.
Oh,
Don't be out here
Don't-
doing the
don't
Victim
be-
Olympics.
Don't be a victim.
us some-
Nah, I'm gonna give you something tangible. Compound interest is your biggest friend,
Facts.
right? Pay yourself first, but don't keep your money in the bank. I'm gonna say it again.
Also facts.
Pay yourself first, but don't keep your money in the bank. And I'm gonna explain to you why,
Under the
right?
mattress?
Mm-mm. He
In the
about
box?
to tell you because I had to learn this the hard way too.
So the price of a movie ticket in 1980 averaged about $3, right?
Okay.
You could buy a Cadillac for about $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can't get into a Cadillac for anything less than $30,000 to $40,000 starting. And the price of a movie ticket, the average price is between $10 and $15 a day,
Mhm.
which means that the value of money goes going down every day because of inflation.
Sure.
Inflation means that they're printing more money.
Mhm.
It's not currently backed by anything. Our idea and the value of the money that we spend is based off of our belief in it. It's no longer backed by
The goal.
gold or
standard.
anything like that, right?
Mhm.
Inflation is also impacted by the push-pull method. It's impacted by different things such as it's the reason why you see housing going crazy, right? Desirability in a specific area, jobs, taxes, all these things. But what it comes back down to is that the value of money is going down every day, which means that you need more of it to do the things that you do every single day. Now,
Right.
there's measurables when it comes to inflation, which means that a percentage rate that's tied to the amount of inflation that's happening every single day. Right now, it's high as ever. It's at about 5%, which means that every single year and month and day that you leave your money in the bank and it's not making more money for you, it's becoming less and less valuable.
Yep.
Which is why $1,000 back then is not worth the same as $1,000 today.
Yep.
Right? The barriers to entry is much more easy and 6 figures is much more attainable.
Yep.
Now, when I say pay yourself first but don't save the money, I'm saying that at the very least you need to beat the rate of inflation in order to continue to keep up and have your money be just as valuable as when you put it in the bank.
That
And
makes
it
sense.
can't happen in the bank because the banks don't pay you.
At all.
Now, traditionally, you would want to invest in something, not gamble.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
Gambling is betting that something goes up and down based off of a limited amount of information.
And
Stocks.
If somebody came to you today and they said, "Hey, I want you to open this car wash with me, but I need 20,000 from you for your stake," you would do your research. You would say, who's going to run it? How many employees we going to need? When am I going to get my money back? What location are you opening in? Do we need this type of cloths or do you need that type of cloths? And how often do we need cloths? Do we need employees? You're going to do your research. You're going to do due diligence.
Yep.
It's the same thing when it comes to the stock market. The stock market is phenomenal when you understand it because truly all you're doing is having the opportunity to invest in a company that you would have no longer been privy to had it been private, but it's public. which means that you need to do your research, understand the leadership. I understand that Microsoft is a phenomenal company because they're going into cloud services and gaming is a part of that, right? And Microsoft Azure and their contracts with the government and their leader is absolutely phenomenal. And they're leaning on moving into services instead of selling you products such as the Microsoft 365 suite, Office, PowerPoint, Excel. Now it's subscription based instead of one-time fees and all of this other type of stuff, right? I understand the dynamics and why the company is so phenomenal and their dividends. And so as a result, it's no longer a gamble, it's an investment. Because I believe in this company. I know that it's going to do awesome. I know their rate of return and it's going to not only beat inflation, but destroy it. And compound interest is a friend, right? The reason why executive compensation is built the way it is because they understand that.
Yep.
They don't want it in their base pay. They wanted an executive compensation when it comes to stock options and bonuses. They work for stock options and bonuses because they understand that the value of whatever it is that they're getting paid is tied to the performance of the company, which ultimately makes them richer. And you can do the same thing every day. When you put your money in things that actually gain value and don't take it out, but let it continue to roll over. If you put $6,000 to $10,000 in an investment, traditionally the S&P 500, which is the 500 biggest companies, right, on average beat over 10% for decades, right? If you put $6,000 to $10,000 in an investment, let's say a Roth IRA, a 401k, an investment account, whatever you want to invest in, and you let it roll over for the next 30 to 40 years, that $6,000 at a 10 to 15% interest rate, never touched, and letting it continue to roll over, which is compounding, will literally turn you into a millionaire.
These are facts.
Your best friend is to be intentional and let your money work for you instead of you trading in your time and working for it, because every dollar that you make, you've traded in some level of sweat equity, and now that's your little employee, and your little employee is supposed to be going out and getting more little employees, not you trading it in and giving it away because you've traded in your real time and money for it. Compound interest, being intentional, making investments, not having a consumer mindset, but being the lender, not the consumer. That's how you get rich. There you go.
Love that.
Was that?
Oh, no. Look, as somebody who had a lot of money come to me at once and I thought I was doing all the right things.
I know
At
somebody
one
that
point-
never made over $50,000 and they're a millionaire today.
That's fire. Because at one point, I think I sent you a screenshot. I was like, yo, you have all this money in your account. And you're like, but then as the year got, I'm like, why do I have all this money?
Last year, I was the best year in the
more.
market because of everybody's panicking and selling and all of that instead of just staying the way it is, because I learned from 2008. I had over a 78% return on my portfolio. That means that if you had $100,000, that means you made over $78,000. If you had $1 million, you by default, just watching how things play out, made over $780,000 by letting your money work for you instead of you moving based off of having a consumer mindset.
So 2020 is my 2008?
Guess so.
There's levels to this. And guess what? Every single rich person understand this. And they're not even cheating. It's available to every last one of us.
Yep.
But we would prefer to watch Meg the Stallion instead of understanding how Warren Buffett thinks. And that's our downfall. Not some kind of systemic racism. It's
I'm
the
so
people.
confused now. Who is our now?
It's the people. It's the culture by which we subscribe to.
Okay.
Okay. The culture.
You know,
It's the culture. Listen, we champion, and we don't just champion. We celebrate. We celebrate the worst things for us. That's crazy to me.
I think I'm anti
If I put out a video, this is the truth. If I put out a video that showed me in a fight, it would go viral.
These are facts. Yeah.
World star.
If I put out a video that highlights how you need to move based off of compound interest, it's going to get about 4,000 views.
That's true.
That's the difference. That's how I know for a fact that we champion the worst things for us.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I definitely.
That's why we talk about both on Just Another Podcast.
I be wanting to give him more game, but they don't want to hear it. Like
We
to
gonna
his,
give you both.
even We could talk about how to buy the car the right way, but they'd rather see us go in there with a
Scam
bag
for
of money.
it.
Oh yeah, they'd rather
Don't scam
flip
for
the
it. We're not gonna
PPP.
tell you how to scam for it, or maybe
Anyway.
we might. I'm leaving a cliffhanger.
Bro, I know you've been working
Wrap
all
it up, I
day.
gotta
And I know
pee.
you could work.
Oh, I
the
got
rest of the
unlimited
day.
energy. I don't sleep, but I feel you. I know you know you don't have the type of drive that I have.
Hey, I will pod the rest of the night.
Okay, I can take a break because
While I was here,
what are we doing?
While I was here, I dropped 6 videos.
These are facts.
Okay,
I also shot 6 videos with you. I've been here all day too.
It's the truth.
It is a fact. We've been working all day. We've been working all day. I got a 10-month-old.
And
I gotta go home.
I'm operating off of 3 hours of sleep, baby. I'm more wide awake than I ever been. Yeah.
Anton gonna make me sit here and pot
No,
and
no,
tell
no,
y'all.
I'm taking a potty break. If y'all probably gonna be chopping up when I get
I did a
back. Stay
4-hour
tuned.
live stream
I'm
last
down to
night.
pod forever. But
I did a 4-hour live stream last night, boy.
Working. You got me feeling like I ain't working.
Till 12 a.m. Woke up at 3. Went and picked up my daughter from the airport. Went and got ready, shaved my head, made sure my beard was tight, packed my bag. Flew out here and started potting with y'all. And then I'm still rocking.
Yeah, bro. It's been a blessing.
And you ain't seen me yawn once.
Oh, ain't yawned either. But I know I got he already know.
It's been great.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal, bro. It's
Yeah.
been phenomenal, man. I appreciate
Everybody
you
watching this, get your work ethic up, bro. How you gonna beat me when I don't sleep? Listen, if I'm richer than you and I'm outworking you, that's an issue.
I agree.
It's an issue.
I agree.
Facts.
That'll make me not turn the cameras off.
It was great, man.
Willie's ready to go. He's like, hey, no, he hit me with the wrap it up like 10 minutes
I was
ago.
wrapping up with Lydia.
But damn,
Yeah.
see, that makes me not want to stop hiding.
Listen, do what you do. Don't worry about me. As soon as I get home, listen, I got a 5 a.m. flight. I'll be home by 7. I'm gonna hit the crib by 8. I got some calls to make by 9. By 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be live streaming.
Right back to it.
I'm gonna be live streaming.
Yeah. I'm gonna be tuned in. I'm gonna be tapped in. Y'all make sure y'all go mess with Anton Daniels and at Anton Daniels.
Just tell them to
after
Google
hours.
me. I'm a show right up at the top.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Facts.
Google me. In any country. Top of the results, boy.
You got anything else for the people, man?
Nah,
You already
man.
gave them some games.
Nah, they
What about
don't
the
need
red
no
pill
more.
dudes? Tell them to come holler at you.
Nah, let them stay in their mama basement. They good. We good with that. Let them stay in their mama. While I'm doing the work. Listen, I'm one step away.
Mm-hmm.
I found my person that's gonna empower me. I found Bricks, right?
Yeah.
I'm one step away from my final form. God don't want me to lose. He want me to stunt on their heads. He want me to continue to step on their necks.
Stay on their neck.
He wants me to make sure that I destroy every loser that's out here, and not only destroy them, cut their heads off and put it on the mantle so that everybody can see what a loser looks like.
Don't be a loser.
It's gonna be over, bro. I am about to destroy everything and everyone in my way, and there's nothing you can do except for get on the train. Either you rolling with me or you getting rolled over. That's really what it comes down to.
Respectable. You ready for the fitness journey?
Is the fitness journey ready for me? Is really the question.
All right.
Real talk. Shh.
That's spicy deluxe.
I got pie.
Well, we are gonna wrap it up, even though I don't want to now. He's challenged me. I'm putting out another video tomorrow. Shout out to Willie behind the camera, Erica. It's always a pleasure, my sister.
We like it.
Thank you for being my guinea pig.
Oh, what? Oh, look, I'm down. We're guinea pigging?
You don't even know for what. either.
Hey, whatever.
No, for when we was talking about what we was talking about the bodies.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Oh yeah.
You was a good
Down to
sport.
have
I'm
the
surprised.
discussion.
I'm surprised you endured, and you was like,
No,
Like
tap.
I said earlier, if what you're saying it out of something you think is in my best interest, or you're really trying to make me better, I'm gonna hear it with open
so you
ears.
know that I love you, then, right?
Yeah, I ain't got no issues with you. We can
Yeah. You see that? See that when you love somebody,
But you gotta decide if you think
they willing to have a conversation
if
with
you
you.
can throw it out the window.
We got LITty. Y'all be tuned in for Confessions of a Hot Girl.
Yeah.
Anton Daniels.
The greatest ever, bro.
With the rolling on, you want to
Yeah.
Y'all go
bring
check
it
out
up
After
next time I
Hours.
come.
Subscribe to his Patreon.
Mhm.
I'm your host, Deem the Great. We're going to cut all this off. I'm going to see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Bye.